I've recently shared my collecting of physical media. I bought a few VHS tapes. I bought a few audio cassettes. Bought a cassette deck. Yeah, it's been fun. It's like I was messaging my daughter a little while ago and was talking, and I just said it's going to be like an '80s video store soon. She goes, "It already is," but it's cool in it. I like it. So I said I'm not going to buy any more films because I just spent a bit on some really, really iconic movies, to be honest. And I have no doubt in the future they'll be definitely be worth money because, and I speak a lot about it. It's not at the moment. It's not about the price of it. It's how hard it is to get. That's really where the issue comes. That's not to say there isn't any in circulation, just because maybe there's only 8 on eBay today, but maybe there'll be more in the future. Who knows? Because it depends when people are looking to sell things. But I think if you look at the trends, it's looking like they're rare. And for me, it's if you've got one that's in a great condition, I think like anything, if it's survived so many decades and yet looks pristine, for instance, you think that's got to be crazy. Now, it doesn't mean the condition of the film itself is going to be pristine because you get wear and tear on tape. It just happens. But I can put up with that to an extent. Um, so I want to just show a little bit. So this is my collection. If you look at the picture here, this is my collection at the moment. I have a few more like DVDs and Blu-rays elsewhere and things. It's just like a section where I can only store it. I have 2 shelves plus this other storage one with my record player, my vinyl records, my CDs, and some music DVDs, so like concert stuff, which I like getting. But I'm going to get a new. I want to get a new shelving unit to put on the other side, so I can keep building up a little bit more. Because I'm getting a bit annoyed. Well, I want my VHS videos to have their own spot. So at the top of the shelving there, if we go here, that's the VHS tapes. They're double layered, so I've got a lot of Disney ones. But unfortunately, when I relocated 4 years ago, I threw an awful lot out, and I'm so frustrated with myself. But again, it was so hard. I didn't have a big van. I had to fit everything in it, and some things had to go, and it was just one of those things. So yeah, we rebuild. But yes, they've got Disney ones. But if we look here, like for instance, I've got the Page Master, which is incredibly rare. That's a good rare one. I've got Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone. I don't know what the Philosopher's Stone is in America. I think it's Sorcerer's Stone in America. Weird they give it different names, but it is what it is. Chamber of Secrets. I still need to get Prisoner of Azkaban. So from my understanding, they're the only 3 Harry Potter videos that are actually on VHS. But I think it'd be cool to get them. I'd like to get the Lord of the Rings trilogy on VHS as well. But I could go on a huge list. I've got a massive list of movies that I want, and it's just impractical at once. The other great ones here, we've got Waterworld, Michael, which I talk about a lot, and Almost an Angel. They're great. And of course, got Disney ones. Indian in the Cupboard. Just never forget that. So yeah, that's my collection. I've got a lot of CDs, got enough vinyls. I've got an inordinate amount of DVDs and Blu-rays. So I thought, let's push our attention back towards VHS. And I'll show some of the ones I've recently bought. They averaged about £12 to £15, these ones, each film. But if you look at the quality of the cover, they're immaculate, or at least they seem immaculate. And they are very rare. If you was to go on eBay now, type the name of the movie VHS, so Gremlins VHS, for instance, do buy it now, and then do ending soonest. So you've got the cheapest one there. You'll notice some of them are like not the best condition, and you'll also notice there's only a handful of listings, maybe 8, maybe 5. It's just crazy. That's how rare they are. So I'll talk through them slightly. I don't know if it's going to work actually. Oh yeah. Okay, so Beetlejuice. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that was rare. It was getting expensive. Beetlejuice was getting crazy. I think I actually paid £15 for that one. Because after that, I think it shot up to 25, and then it was very expensive. Like it got ridiculous. I think there was a bundle that had it was £60, but it had like a few other films. But I just thought that's crazy. Then when I looked up the movie, it was like that's so hard to get, so I had to grab it. £15, an absolute bargain. Ghostbusters, I think similar price. I can't remember. I think maybe £12 to £15. That is again. I'm not going to keep saying they're rare. These 4 films I'm showing are really rare. You can get Ghostbusters in a double box set like you can with DVDs nowadays, But in terms of collecting, I don't want that. I want the original case, the original film. I just want it on its own. And I'd rather buy them independently, even if it's going to cost more in the long run. It looks better and it's more collectible. So I got that. Gremlins 2. When I was looking for Gremlins, I happened across Gremlins 2. Again, some were bad condition. If you look at the artwork on this, it looks pristine. I don't know if you can actually see it. I don't know if there's a way for me to... Oh, I can. Okay. So Gremlins 2 looks absolutely stunning. The only thing is maybe the little air pocket in the video itself. But I don't really care about that because I can zoom in actually. Let's have a look. From what I can see and things, it was like I'm really impressed with the quality. And in the situation with Ghostbusters, you didn't have much choice in all honesty because it's just not that many. Likewise with Beetlejuice, that is an absolute bargain compared to the prices. For me, it wasn't a bargain at first, but once I realised, effectively, it's like buying the Blu-ray. You know, the new movie on Blu-ray, it's the same price, but this is far more collectible. So we've got Gremlins, then we've got the first Gremlins. Now that comes in different covers. I'm hoping I've got the right cover because there's another one that's got like a different border and it's quite obvious it's not original. It's one maybe that got reprinted in the 90s or something. So I was like, I really want the original 80s. You know, I want the original stuff. For me personally, that's what I want. So yeah, it looks good enough to me, and it's about, I think that was about £10. So it adds up, of course. So you think, oh, it's only that, it's only that. But you multiply these prices, and we're getting heavy. That's the real problem. So like I say, this is my collection at the moment. They'll all turn up, of course, be added to it. Now I took another gamble because I'm aware of certain films I want, and if I see something, it piques my interest, and I'm aware of the value because I'm doing enough research personally. I don't lean on others for the research. I'm literally doing it myself by searching. So how much, where can I find that film? How much is it selling for? So I bought this bundle now. It come up on my eBay. It was 15. Was it 15? I think it was £15 total or something like that. I can't remember now because it was the delivery. So it's a certain price plus delivery. I think it's around about £15. Then I got a message to say £1 off or something. It was only £1, but when you're collecting, it's like it makes a difference. The pounds is the difference between me buying something individually or me buying a set, for instance, or how many do I want. Now I'm aware of certain value of certain films, and I was sitting there trying to do the maths. Oh, there's a different one. I'll get to that in a minute. There's a different bundle actually I was interested in. Haven't decided whether I'm going to get it yet because I have to decide. I'm spending too much. So this box set cost me £15, £13.50, I think. Yeah, I think it's cost me £13.50. It was supposed to be £15, so I got a little bit of money off, and I was like, okay, that makes it interesting. Now I haven't looked at the individual price of these films, so it's either going to be a profit or a loss. Yeah, I thought that I was panicking then. Right, okay. So I saw something and I was like, okay, this is piquing my interest. Let's say it's £15, but it's not. It's £13.50. So I have to think to myself, if you was to buy the ones you actually want, if you was to buy them individually, or if you found another bundle, how much would it cost? Now, bear in mind, this box set's probably cost the same as me buying Ghostbusters, for instance. So me buying Ghostbusters on its own is the price of all these films. Now, if all these films are crap, you're better off with Ghostbusters, of course, because you're better off getting quality over quantity. But sometimes I think there's an exception to the rule, because I've said before that I want to start getting some bundles, and I take the ones I want, and then I can start reselling some. So naturally, I'm sort of thinking, oh, I could sell that one on its own. That one I could sell as a bundle of them, and sort of like segregate things. There's going to be some absolute fodder left over. That's what's going to happen. I've got to accept that. But it is what it is. Now, with this, where this has an inherent risk is the person's even put on there that 90% will be watchable, will be good, and there'll be 10% that maybe won't. And it's just because they just get it in batches, they probably get loads coming through the door, and they've got good reviews. So I was like, okay, so you can trust them that they're not doing it to try and scam you in any way. It's just this is what it is. So if we go through the first layer. Right, so we're £15 in. So we're trying to make at least my £15 back in films that I would want, and then hopefully the rest is just profit, because that's might as well. And that's the risk with this. I might not get what I want. Now I'm a big Meatloaf fan. I have one of his vinyls. I have the three main ones: the Bat Out of Hell 1, 2, and 3 on CD. And I've been wanting to get his live concert on DVD and things. I was thinking about getting that in the past. And this one straight away looked at when Meatloaf hits Out of Hell on VHS. Now I'm hoping that one works. Now I haven't done the research, and I may do it in a minute. We do it live while we search up some of these films. Straight away I'm piquing my interest at that, though. I'm thinking that's got to be £6 at least, surely. Now, if it's not and I've lost, then fine. But again, with £13 in, so effectively, if we find 3 films maybe that are worth £6 each, or two really. So for instance, if we just look here, you've got Titanic. I don't know if you can see it, actually. Let's zoom in. I can see it clearly, but we'll do it. Yeah, better. So at the moment, we can straight away see we've got Titanic. This stands out to me. You've got Who Framed Roger Rabbit as well, but Titanic, Notting Hill. Got a Disney one there as well. But if we just go stick to the first box a minute, Flubber stood out to me. I like Flubber. Bowfinger and Life, that's a double box, but I don't ideally like them, but that's fine. Some I won't have a clue. There's a little classics one going on over here, this epic collection with Casablanca and all sorts. Okay, we've got Titanic, we've got Notting Hill, Fantasia, Roger Rabbit. We've got a Disney one there. They're not usually, Disney ones aren't that expensive, they're quite common. We've also got Meatloaf and we've got Queen live. So if all of them check out and they work, I would argue probably at that price, I think we've covered the cost, because I think music videos, I'm guessing, are about £5 or £6 each. If you're looking to buy them, I'll do some searching. We'll see. Notting Hill, I've seen in a box set where it's about maybe £5 or £6, where it's got that Bridget Jones and I don't know, a bit like Dirty Dancing or something. So I've seen that quite often, £5 or £6 for the three together. So I've no doubt if I was to put Titanic, Notting Hill together, you could probably put it up for like a £5 or something, and maybe someone would buy that. But I want them for me anyway, So this is part of the collection that I'll be looking to get. So for instance, if I bought that box set, for instance, for £6, let's take that off the price of this one then. I'm not trying to convince myself of anything. I'm just trying to figure it out, because it's all right me saying that, but where it says 10% are broken or faulty or broken or something potentially, they're not saying they definitely are. It's just the odds, so it could even be more. But ideally, if they work, that goes straight in my collection. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Not my favourite film, but I think it's worth having. It's very vintage 80s. I think it's 80s, either 80s, 90s, but either way, that'll keep. Fantasia, I'm not sure if that's rare or not. I will look that one up. So I heard someone say something about rare, but it might be certain covers or something. But because it's Disney, I'll probably just keep it. I'm not in the habit of just throwing it or releasing anything. Like I say, I'll keep the Meatloaf one if it works, and Queen. So for instance, I feel like I'm already getting my value. I'm not buying this at a huge whim. Now, also something else I noticed, again, only on the first layer, is all these royal movies. Now, I'm not a royalist. I'm indifferent. I'm not against, not for. It is what it is. And I recognise there's going to be some people who are really traditionalists. And if they're not worth money today, you just never know in the future. So I would look at the value of them now, and then I would think, is it worth holding on to them, because they could be worth a fortune later. Especially Princess Diana. I think there's a real fascination with her. So this one's got 1 here, 2, 3. I might miss some because I'm not sure what everything is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The royal wedding. 7. Wonder what wedding that is. Was that, if that's her getting married to Prince Charles, that could be quite interesting in terms of royal interest. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 movies, 11 video VHS tapes that are royal things, and I think really they're Diana. Yeah, and I think there's a huge fascination with Diana, and that's a lot of films on Diana. So I think if you're doing royal as a royalist, if you that can make good money if it works. There's some fodder in here that I wouldn't be interested in, like Wallace and Gromit. I'm not a fan of Roy Chubby Brown. Didn't really find him that funny. So there's some random stuff. An old Flubber I'd keep. So that's one layer. Now, again, the risk's there, but I took a punt. So I thought, to be honest, like I said, I can buy one great film, or we can just take a chance, because I want some box sets where I can see if I can do some wheeling and dealing, because it's fun. I want the next layer first. So we got this one now. Straight away, my eyes went immediately to Labyrinth. If you can see, it's torn. I think it's torn there, but then actually, I think some of them have a lip. Some of them do have a lip. But if I just zoom in, I saw it straight away. Labyrinth. I'm not a fan of that film at all. I don't really like it, but it's iconic. Now, I could either sell it if it works, or if it's the right film, of course, it ain't some other alternative. But I'd probably keep it in my collection, in all honesty, just because of how iconic it is. That's what I want. I want films with status. So that straight away, my eyes went immediately to. I was like, boom, I'm interested. What else we got? Austin Powers Gold Member. I'd keep that. That's a good one. That's from the 90s. Stuart Little, probably keep that. Bedazzled, I remember that. Whether I keep that, I don't know. It's not really like one of what you'd call iconic in any way. Dragonheart, Return of the Pink Panther. So this top layer, I'm not really that bothered about. I don't know what the Cossacks is, but again, if that's got the groove there, so that would argue that that's probably the design of those cases. So this level here, if we're talking about this level here, I'm only at present, until I've seen them all, I'm only interested in Labyrinth, Austin Powers, Stuart Little. Yeah, it's probably all I'm interested in, but I'm also acutely aware there's something about steam trains. There's going to be people that are into that. To each their own. You got two, or no, one. I thought there was two. A minute. Yeah, you got river dance here. So some people love all that river dance, the dancing thing, the Irish dancing. You've also got another Lord of the Dance here. So you put them together, try and sell them. You've got a couple of Billy Connolly ones, and I don't know if that's another comedian. So try and find the comedy ones, chuck them together. History ones, chuck them together. I think the train ones we chuck together. Again, it's about getting the value out of it for me first, and then see if there's a profit to be had. And you just keep the listing going on eBay, because eBay don't charge anymore for the sales, so it's all profit then. So this one here, this is where another piqued my interest. So I'm already in with the ones I want. I think there's maybe five or six films already. Then it's You've Got Mail. I've recently just bought that on DVD, so I'm all about You've Got Mail. So to have a VHS of that, and hopefully it works, I'll be chuffed to have that in my collection. Yeah, I haven't looked at the value of it. I don't suppose it's worth a fortune, but that's one I definitely want. So it goes beyond the value of it, you know. And then over here on my list, I've wrote down a simple wish is on my list of movies to collect. I think I put it down. Either way, it's always on my mind. It is a film I want, because I thought about Pagemaster, and when I was thinking about Pagemaster, I was like, oh, a simple wish with the girl from Matilda. This box set, if it's actually full, we don't know because I haven't got it. It could be it's just a case, and it's like maybe only one of the films in that box. It's a risk. But it also comes with Matilda, and I thought, oh, okay, so that's really impressive. So we're getting like 90s movies here. And I just think overall, when all is said and done, if I count how many I actually want from this, one, two, three, four, five, six, 7. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10. Could say Lock, Stock, I'm not sure. I won't bother adding that one to my list. 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so there's 13 films that I definitely want on my collection, maybe even 14. So I think at £13.50, you're looking at £1 a movie. That's how much it's cost me for the ones I actually want. And then there's going to be a lot left over, like a lot. And you don't know if there's going to be profit or not within any of that. So what I thought might be interesting is if I look up some of these films. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this over here because a minute. Oh, do I need to move it? I don't know if I can do picture in picture because I think that'd be useful. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, it's always fidgety, isn't it? Let's go this one. Drag them down, move that over a bit more because I think people are going to need to see that more than my book videos. So I'm going to try my best to do this. So this is another box set I was looking at. But I thought what we'll do, any given Sunday, I'll do some research. So this is where I lose my mind for the rest of the evening, and I say hours. It's fun. Let's say Labyrinth. I can't even spell Labyrinth. Because I think I spell it wrong. Oh, I've got it. Labyrinth VHS. Now, I'm thinking it could be rare, but maybe it's not. And we definitely want the cardboard sleeve because that's what I've got. But it makes you wonder if the cardboard sleeve's an American copy because that seems to be an American way of doing things, doesn't it? It could actually be a cartoon. That could be a cartoon. That's a crapper. I think that's a cartoon now. That's really ruined my vibe. That takes one of the films out. Labyrinth. I think it's that cartoon. did do research. It doesn't make the value much less, but it does kick my ass. It does. Because what is the cartoon? I think it is that, you know. If we can get it. What the hell is it? An enchanting story of a young boy's search for his father. No one's going to know that. I wouldn't have even thought we could. Running time 20 minutes. Oh, that's just disappointing. It is though, isn't it? Because it's the same. It's the same text. Oh, that's a shit. Because I don't think you're going to sell that. I don't think anyone's. The only way you're going to sell that is if someone buys it by mistake. Because I don't think anyone would know what it is. Oh, that's annoying. I really thought it was the film. I was really thought it was here, but you can see the cover design. The text is totally different. That's weird though, because that's showing that. Have I done a search? Lowest buy it now. That's showing that actually, although this is probably pointless and it's rare because it's probably not wanted, it's still not anywhere else. Look, if I'm doing, I know I'm doing buy it nows, but there's only one available. So although it's obviously not, oh no, there's enough one here for £8. It makes you wonder if it's rare, and if it is rare. But it's one thing saying rare. Is it desirable though? You know what I mean? It might not be worth anything. Okay, so the Labyrinth is a bit of a question mark because there's actually not that many available. Like 2 I've seen, so it is rare, but desirable could be a completely different thing. So we do want to go to the main section. So we've got Titanic, got Notting Hill. Yeah, this is what we want. Meatloaf hits out of hell. So we say Meatloaf VHS. Now, this could be an issue because you don't know if it's one word or do you separate the word. And I think they do it all in one word. So, again, we'll do it this way because you're going to have to find it twice. So, Meatloaf Live, Meatloaf Hits Out of Hell. Out of Hell. So, Hits Out of Hell's £5, free postage. That's the sleeve only. So, someone's selling it here, though, and it's £2 plus free, so £5. Okay, so we're looking around about £5 or £6 for Hits Out of Hell. If I condense it in just to see, because we've got to be honest with ourselves. No point tricking anything. £5.50. Yeah, okay, so that's £5 or £6 for the Meatloaf one, which I said is probably about £5 or £6. Then we got Queen in Budapest. We'll just put Queen VHS. Or that might be a problem because you could have Queen, like Royal Family Queen. That's a sleeve only. We need Budapest. I may have to write Budapest in a minute. Greatest hits. I think I'm just going to put Budapest because we're not going to find it otherwise. Queen. I just don't know what the front cover looks like. We've got Diana. That's £5 on its own. What does that say? Diana, Queen of Our Hearts. Have I got that? Diana. Legacy, the People's Tribute. You know what? I'm going to look it up in a minute, Diana. I think they're going to be worth something, but I could be wrong. Right, Queen. We're going to put Budapest. Queen. I don't know why people don't just sell things individually. It's just if you're going to make profit, sometimes your best bet's going to do that. Yeah, Queen live in Budapest. Live in Budapest. So the first one's £3, £3.50 postage. So that's £6.50. The next one down here, we're around about 4 plus 3, 7. Yeah, so we're around about looking at £6 or £7. But again, if we say, obviously I'm including postage in that. But overall, with that, I would argue that those 2 music videos are pretty much the price I paid for the box. Now, I'm not saying in terms of the profit I would make, but I'm saying if I was to buy them, if I was to say, look, I want to buy that and I want to buy that, that's how much the box cost. Me buying a Meatloaf on VHS and me also buying Queen on VHS. So then everything else is a bonus. Now, providing they're not the 2 faulty ones. I am really annoyed with the Labyrinth, to be honest. So let's try and figure out some of the names of these. Let's try and zoom in a little bit. Let's see if we can get some of these names. So we've got the Fall of Diana, The Lasting Legacy. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can get that one. Because I think if I just put Diana, we're never going to get anywhere. Diana, Lasting Legacy. VHS, An Extraordinary Life. It says Extraordinary Life. That's not what that says. That says The Lasting Legacy. Buy it now, lowest price. Princess Diana's Legacy. No. Jeez, I don't know what the front cover looks like, of course. Diana. To be honest, I've probably got most of these sitting here. A Life in Fashion. No, I ain't got that one. Yeah, Princess Diana's Legacy. Was that on there? Was it? I've got that one. Plus, on top of the other ones. Princess Diana's. Oh, crying out loud. There's a load of them. Right. Diana, Extraordinary Life, The Lasting Legacy. It does say Prince William and Prince Harry underneath. I don't know why it says that. Oh, yeah. The Royal Wedding. Diana, An Extraordinary Life, The Royal Wedding. That's a fiver. And that's over here somewhere. The Royal Wedding. The Royal Wedding. It doesn't say this Diana Extraordinary Life part. It just says The Royal Wedding. But I mean, look at that. Even that Diana Extraordinary Life, $6.99 plus postage. That's just for one of these films, by the way. Diana's Legacy. Yeah, Princess Diana's Legacy. VHS video and Prince William, Prince Harry. That's what I just said. That's the one I got here. This one. And that is £7.29. And I thought that. I thought these royal ones are going to be worth money. I think, if they work, of course. Diana Children's Princess. I mean, I might even watch them myself, to be honest, because I haven't really. Oh, there's another princess one. It says Princess Robert Lacey, so maybe it's about the princess. Yeah, that's £5, £6 for that video. So, providing they're not battered and bruised. Yeah, that says the People's Princess, Princess of Wales, the princess. So I straight away thought music videos. Some of the ones I really want, especially like You've Got Mal, but then also these royal ones straight away piqued my interest. But there's also this box set, like we've got Casablanca here, but you've also got this box set that also says Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, Ben-Hur, and Dr. Zivag. Oh, here you go. But again, I don't know if that's worth anything or not, but classics. And I'll look at the covers as to whether they're worth having in my collection or not. Because I'm more looking for the 80s stuff, like Ghostbusters and the iconic films like that. I don't want to just fluff for the sake of fluffing. But like I said, what my plan really is, anything that's spare, put them in sections. So if it's the royal family, either do a royal family box set, like the whole lot, and someone can buy that. Or if it looks like that wouldn't sell, you just sell them separately, like other people are doing. But the good thing is I can test them because I've got my video player. And I think some people maybe put untested, and I can say whether the quality is good or not. So it's like, be honest. Diana and Sarah, the royal review, Children's Princess. Yeah, so that's all that stuff. House of Windsor. I'm sure one video out of all those royal ones would be worth probably, but they're probably one that's quite special. I reckon that royal wedding one, but then I've seen a royal wedding. It's all here. It's hard to say. There's a number on the side. Oh, it's got something here. I couldn't possibly write that down. I think it's TVE. God damn, it's so blurry. 9062 TVE 9062 TVE 906. I don't think we're going to get it. I can't be bothered. I don't think that's going to work. Don't want to go too far on that one. Yeah, so we go to the top level now. A Simple Wish. I don't think that's particularly expensive because I was going to get it. A simple, for God's sake, a Simple Wish. Because although this is like a box set, there'll be individual videos. Won't be like all in one tape. So buy it now, £1 plus £4 delivery, £4.50. You're looking at maybe £4 or £5, but you will likely find that in box sets. So, for instance, here we've got the whole lot here. Say someone's selling the exact thing. It's actually got £6.99 printed at the £6.99 there, but they're selling it for £7 all free. And I mean, no doubt I could do something like that. I think £5 to £7 there. But I want them for myself anyway. At least the first Matilda and Simple Wish if they're in good condition, of course. You've got Mal. That was on my list to get. So the fact that it's included saves me getting another box set. You've got Mal VHS. Lowest price is £6.25, so it's a bare minimum of £6 for that, and that's actually quite expensive. Even when you're buying it on DVD, if you're buying it, like I get Music Magpie, and I think it was on the more expensive side of Music Magpie, the collection. I think it's the 4 for 8, so it's still £2, but for DVD. So that video there, if it works, is worth £6 anyway, and that's what I really want for my collection anyway, because I like that film. So like, I don't see the like a huge risk with it, because like I said, the two music videos were potentially worth the box. And then we've got a load of royal ones that individually you could probably get a bit of money for. And then we've got other ones, of course. Matilda, I don't suppose is rare, because I think the problem is once you get to the 90s movies, it's probably more mainstream at that point. I think so. There's probably more available. I think, and it's obviously harder to preserve something the older it is. So some of the older ones, Lock, Stock. I'll put Lock, Stock, because there's no point buying the whole bloody thing. Is it Lock, Stock? That's a yellow. That's a white cover. Why have we got a yellow cover? Oh, it's director's cut. All right, so yeah, that would be. It's only £3. 30. Director's cut ain't much more. It's not worth a lot. I'd say maybe £4, £3 or £4 total for that one. Not really sure what this box is, but it's completely battered, and we've already seen the video on the first page. And there's also obviously all this locomotive things, but that's going to be very niche. So I wouldn't even know how to. If you're selling it, I wouldn't even know the value of that. Wouldn't have a clue. I don't think you even sell them, to be honest. I think it's one of those things that you wouldn't want to throw it, because it's not. I don't want to remove history, but I wouldn't even know what to do with that. The Steam era. Let me do that. The Steam era VHS. The Steam era. Number 4. These have got numbers somewhere, haven't they? Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 we got. Plus the other box. Steam era number 2. Yeah, the Blackmore and something there. That's this one. £5. And then we've got number 1. Oh, that's good though, because it's 1, 2, and 3. So that actually could be useful to someone if they work and you put all 3 together. If they charge you £5 just for that one, maybe you can get £10 for free. Oh, this one's £12. Wait a minute. That number 1 is 5 plus that. Maybe someone knows something I don't know at this point, because they're charging £12 for one. £12. There's only a few of them that are actually trying to sell them cheap. And then after that, people have priced them higher. It's almost like they know there's a niche. Wait a minute. Why is this prices so weird? Oh, international, is it? I think you go past it, you don't realise you're going past it, do you? Results matching fewer words. Yeah. So anyway, there's either an audience for that or there isn't. So it's either I'm stuck in it. But it ain't going to take up, it's not going to take up like a lot of space, is it? To do that. That Labyrinth one was a real disappointment. I don't have a clue what half of this is. Is it animals? An animal one? So, documentary. Oh, yeah, I've got another one here. The Steam Train one. So we've got 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 with the trains. That's useful. That's actually really useful, because I don't know what the other box was. I'll get it back out now. This one, Locomotive, A Tribute to Steam, 3 video box set, A Tribute to Steam. I don't think that's the same as that one. So it might be this box, there's more in that, plus these ones. And I think the fact that it's a box set of 1, 2, 3, 4 could make it desirable to a collector, rather than then buy one at a time. Look, I've seen that one for 25 quid. So maybe you sell all 3 and you put £25 for the lot, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sell them all for 25 quid. Or you find a value and put it whatever it is, and you just made profit on the whole box. Again, if that box, even if them films are not butchered, because we don't know, do we? This one I'm interested in, and I might actually keep them. You've got one. I only saw the England one before Scotland, I think. This one actually says discovering England, discovering Scotland, and discovering Wales. And I think having the British Isles is pretty cool. Unless it's worth money. Like if I the England one, I've definitely obviously been English. Not disrespecting the other two nations. I've never actually visited them, and being English, obviously, I won't. I'd probably keep that. But I think the fact that, in all honesty, if I kept England, I'd keep Scotland and Wales, just because it's obviously a set. It's obviously cool. Let me see that. Discovering England VHS. Doesn't mean it will sell because people have to search for these things to find them. So it may not even know. Oh yeah, they're not that expensive. Okay, so not really worth anything. This one's Reader's Digest, Discovering England, Discovering Scotland, Ireland, Alaska. Oh, they've got all sorts of ones. Australia. It actually makes me, to be honest, if I like them, I've obviously got to watch it, see if it's any good. I may get the island one as well. So instead of selling it, I end up buying the next one because that'd be cool. Because I have Irish ancestry, so it'd be pretty cool. If I'm going to have the others, we may as well get Ireland as well. Trying to think what could be worth money. We've got Billy Connolly. So if people don't know, in America, for instance, he is a Scottish comedian. I don't think he'll be worth money, in all honesty. It's not the sort of thing you gotta have a VHS collection to have comedians. I don't think. Very niche. Yeah, £3, £4. Uh, I mean, you might get away. I mean, someone's put 15 quid with a load of them, so maybe you will get that. But then they're just because they're listed at that doesn't mean they're getting it. Yeah, I'd have to do some research. Dragon Heart. I'm really more interested in this Lord of the Dance, but I think there's probably so many of them. I doubt it's worth anything. Lord of the Dance VHS. Yeah, look, £4, £3.39, 4. So £3 or £4. Lord of the Dance, not much. River Dance. Again, you put them together though. That's what I was thinking. Sell it for like £5 or £6. Put two together. River Dance 350. Yeah. So if you put it for £6 or so, I don't know, 6, £7 you make. But again, it's all like, I know it's not like big numbers, but you add them together, £6, £7 for that, maybe £25 for the Royal Family ones, maybe even more. Who knows how much individually that is? You got these steam train ones. All of a sudden, we're at 50, £60 probably. I mean, I know it's maybe dreaming, I don't know, but there's certain films I would keep, and then other you get rid of. And bear in mind, it only costs £15. So again, that's if they work. We'll find out when I get them, and it'd be interesting unboxing this mess, to be honest. There's not much. I don't know about the rest of them because they're not all going to be big films. But I think but you can actually do a box set though if I bundle them. For instance, this is a film with Billy Connolly, but it's The Man Who Sued God. I actually think that's an alright film. I may keep that one. I may actually keep that one just because I know of the film and I quite like it. But then I can put Bedazzled, Secondhand Lions, whatever that one is. Obviously, got to look at age ratings. Keep the age ratings together. Um, but yeah, there might be a few that you can just put. Oh, I think that one might be a Michael Flatley one. It says gold. Yeah, Michael Flatley is another one. That's ideal because I don't really want to sell them individually because it's just a bit of a pain. But the more you've got, the more you can put the price a little bit more. So to have three, like, what tap dancing is it called? I don't know what you call it. If you put the three together, maybe you can start getting about a tenner for them all of a sudden. Because this is the problem with me when I'm trying to buy a film. It's like I look at it and go, oh, it's only £3.50. I might get that. Oh, you're charging £5 postage. Well, now it's cost nearly a tenner, and yet there's a box set that's maybe £10 with £4 postage. So now it's like so it costs me £4 more, and I can get a load more films. And that's what it is. You have to add up the total cost. So someone might look at like one of the videos and think, oh, it's £3.50. That's good. The time they do the postage, they pay you like maybe £4 or £5 more for mine, or £4 more, whatever. If I sell it at that price, and boom, they've got 3 films instead of one. And obviously offloads it because I don't want loads of shit around the house. You know, that's the last thing I want is a box full of crap. But if it goes well, it could be an incentive for me to start looking at these job lots because there's another one I'm looking at. And by the time I do this video, I may have bought it if it's still available. That I really like. Any Given Sunday, I found it for £1.50, but with delivery because you've got delivery on top, it's £5. So I'm like, oh, for crying out loud, you can't catch a break. So that's £5. This one's £8.50 plus delivery, but they're doing a deal at the minute. It come up on my thing where I don't know if it's going to come up now, but they're offering £1 off because if you watch things, that's worth doing. If you ever watch listings, a lot of the time you get offers, so you get money off because they want to sell it. So for £7.50 plus delivery, we're looking at I think £12.50. Now we already know any given Sunday. Let me do that big screen. We already know that any given Sunday is going to cost £5 delivered, and it's £12.50 for the lot. So that means for £7.50 you get everything else. Now that's all well and good if you want them. Now I'm interested in Gladiator, but it looks a bit the case looks a bit thingy, but you can always switch them around a bit. Like you can take that box, for instance, and switch it with a different one because you've got the same problem with rules of engagement. So what we said is the quality of the actual box is not ideal. It's where stickers been on it, really. But for £7.50, is it worth it? Because I've seen Gladiator and like The Mummy, and I love The Mummy, and maybe you can get them two together for £6. So what the question then becomes: is the Gladiator and all these films worth having, or is it better off to buy it individually, buy any given Sunday on its own, or maybe see another box there and get Gladiator and The Mummy? So effectively, you can have all this, or you can have any given Sunday Gladiator and The Mummy. And that's debatable at the moment. So I don't really know. I don't know what I want. And I don't want to keep throwing money away. I can't keep just buying a mass in every film because I see a bundle. But I do love Apollo 13, but it looks to me like the cover might be a bit iffy at the top there. And the case don't look ideal, but I don't know. I don't know that film. Saving Private Ryan. It could be worth. I think it was probably so mainstream though, that it's so popular that I just think it's probably not a collector's item really. But anyway, so I don't know about the rest of it. But as you would argue, it's a safer bet than the box set I just bought. But part of it is it's too clean. I'm aware the price is too much for these ones. Let's have a look at Saving Private Ryan while we just look. Saving Private Ryan VHS. I don't think it's worth a thing. Someone sold it for £1. So we don't want the one with the gold bit. This is widescreen edition, which obviously be the best version then. But once you've got that, it's a different. It'll probably come out after or something. So we want a normal £4. So, well, that's £5 delivered. That one's £4 delivered. So we're already at £9. It's for the box for the bundle. It's costing £12.50. So I thought that anyway. Effectively, for the price of maybe Gladiator, Any Given Sunday, and Saving Private Ryan is the box. So you're getting the rest of it for free. But do I need the rest of it? Yeah, I don't really know. A VR, I just don't think they're worth anything. I think we're looking at £2 a film. And he's got to try and move it on. It's £3.26 for a VR. Of course, depends on the quality of the box. Probably fine. So that's a VR. What else was on there? I think Apollo 13 is on my radar for sure. Is it 2Ps? Was it what? It's one of the ones that throws me off that sort of title. Apollo 13. Yeah, look, £1. It's not worth a lot for some reason, but delivery, £4. I just don't think there's much profit in it. You're going to be trying to trickle it, effectively trying to make box sets. So if I was buying that for me, I'd keep Any Given Sunday, I'd keep Road to Perdition, I'd keep Gladiator, I'd keep Apollo 13, I'd keep Saving Private Ryan, I would keep Rules of Engagement, but the rest of them I'd probably sell. I have Primary Colours on DVD. I don't really know if it's something I particularly want to keep in a VHS collection. I think that Thin Red Line has got a good box. I think it's a cardboard one, which is a bit different. So I'd consider possibly keeping that. But the rest you'll just try and sell in a box set. And I don't know if really anyone would want them. I think that's the problem. It's like you can say I'll keep it and I'll sell it in a box set. But everybody else has the same option. So you could say, I'll list that for a £5. Well, for a £5, they've also got the choice to buy the other films. And that's why I'm a bit hesitant to spend more money, because I've already bought that box. But this box set is pretty much the same price as the one I bought over here. But the one over here comes with just loads. You're getting literally layers and layers of films. I'm getting all this, and a lot of it is resellable. And the ones that aren't are great for my collection. Like I said, I wanted to get some video. I was actually thinking of Meatloaf VHS to think about getting for my collection. So the fact that I saw it there, I went, no way. Queen was an added bonus, and then like things like Notting Hill, Titanic, You've Got Mail, A Simple Wish that was making me happy, and like a few others scattered around. But no, it's it's a freaking thing because you say I'm not buying any more films, and then you see a deal, and if someone offers money off, you're thinking that's awfully tempting. Because I would absolutely love to have Any Given Sunday in my collection, and I was like, I don't know if I need this. And then when I went to look up Any Given Sunday, I thought I could buy that for a fiver actually, and just get it, and then I'm happy. But then you're thinking, for an extra £7 or something, I can have the rest of this lot. That's where the problem is. You can have Any Given Sunday for a fiver, or you can pay £7 more and have the whole lot of the others. And I'm tempted. I'm trying not to keep spending though, but I do want Gladiator. So Gladiator is definitely on my list. Apollo 13, I would like to have. And it just gets it all done in one swift swoop, doesn't it? So I may get it. So by the time I do this video, I may have bought it, but then I don't know.